Hi, Indy Admissions. I'm Adeline with another installment of Ask Admissions, where we answer your questions about the admissions process and anything Notre Dame. A little bit about me. I am a design and theology double major with a minor in digital marketing. I will be living in Walsh Hall, and I am videography lead for our new media intern team. Let's get started. The first question of the day is, I am interested in majoring in prehealth, and I am aware that it is a supplementary major, but in the Commonwealth application you can put it as your intended one. I know that it is a very competitive field, so I wanted to know if I have not taken any advanced science classes, if I still have a chance of getting in. Also, if I decide to study psychology and add prehealth as a supplementary major, what are my chances of being able to study that? The best thing about your application at Notre Dame is that you are not admitted based on what program you plan to pursue while you're here. You're not tied to it once you're admitted. You can change colleges and majors from all through your first year and even all through your second year. Besides Mendoza, where you have to have either pre-approval or an internal transfer. Other than that, we have the lovely freedom of really discovering what we are truly passionate about, even if we didn't know it in high school, and that's okay. For me, I applied as a chemistry major in the College of Science. Over the summer, I decided that I was really interested in the environmental crisis that we were having, so I switched to an application of environmental science. After taking a few classes, like taking biology, chemistry, calculus, all of that kind of thing, I realized through my media internship with admissions that I really wanted to not just do the scientific research behind it, but share the story with people that aren't scientists, because I wanted people to really understand what's happening, so that way we are all empowered to take action. Because once you have the story fully presented to you, you can really do something with that. And so if I was admitted based on what I put down in high school, I would never feel as fulfilled in my studies as I do now. As far as taking advanced science classes goes, as an intended pre-health major, each applicant is looked at in the sphere of what was available to them. So when you submit your application, Notre Dame will know what was offered to you. So if you weren't offered any AP science classes, they don't expect you to take them. That's not in your control. What I do suggest, though, is because Notre Dame classes are challenging, is you want to put your best foot forward. So I suggest trying to learn some concepts on your own. You don't have to spend a lot of money or any at all. You can use Khan Academy to develop your scientific skills, or you just read books and different things like that. And you can write about that on your application. And so when you do that, you're showing that you're actively discerning your passions, as well as you're a self-starter in your studies. And that's a big plus. So it does not negatively affect you if you were not offered those classes. Another note about picking high school classes when you're thinking about your college application is to take the rigorous classes and the classes that you're genuinely interested in. When I was intended to study chemistry, I didn't take all the AP classes that were offered to me. I could have taken 6 my senior year, but I didn't. I didn't even have AP Chem in high school. I took chemistry honors that was offered. I took AP Bio, Calc, and then psychology. I could have taken AP English, but I didn't because it wasn't conducive to what I was interested in. And actually the English class in honors level was actually much more helpful to me anyway. The point is that we really just want to see intellectual curiosity and that you can handle rigorous classes, but that doesn't mean you have to overwhelm yourself, especially when you're planning classes for senior year. You want to enjoy all your nice moments in high school and start working on giving back to your community rather than just spending all of your time in really difficult classes. It's always a balance, because remember, you're submitting a whole application, not just the classes you took. Classes are just one part of your application. The second and final question we have for today is, what does Notre Dame do to ensure an inclusive, accessible, and welcoming environment for students with physical disabilities? Notre Dame has and always will have a mission to be inclusive and accessible for all. For students with physical disabilities, Sarah B. Disability Services works with each person individually to make sure they have everything they need to have an equitable experience on campus. A counselor will work with you to see if you need housing accommodations like AC or note-taking. Some dorms actually allow you to have buttons that open the dorm doors for you to the actual dorm itself and then to your room, or if you're in a quad, a common room, that kind of thing. Your desk and bed can be made to fit whatever you need and everything like that. So there's really a lot of services with them to make sure you have a great experience on campus. Besides the actual disability office that we also have student training each year before every student comes to campus called Building Community the Notre Dame Way. It's a series of videos and training to make sure that we are all actively working together as a community to raise everybody up, making sure no one's being discriminated against, etc. Later in the year, first years will be required in their Moreau first year experience classes to actually discuss how they are working to make sure that they're having an inclusive environment within their own friend groups and dorm communities. Even most professors actually have in their syllabi about disabilities, whether intellectual or physical, to contact them if they need anything, because our professors are really there to help you grow, not just for you to get a grade. They are really there for you. We also have stories on our website. So we have Matt Switten, class of 2012, and Monica Menskar, class of 2021. They discuss their experience with mobility issues in their communities in a blog post that I will link in the description. They both especially note how helpful their entire dorm community has been for their life at Notre Dame. They really emphasized how much they love their dorm community and how their dorm communities were key in them being successful at Notre Dame. Dorm life is really everything here, and it doesn't just stop with a physical disability. Everyone who becomes a domer wants others to feel included, period. I hope this video is very helpful to you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Much love and go Irish!